It's been a while since we've been talking about a nice winter storm here in southern New England, and this certainly looks like a decent-sized one for some of us. Let's look at your storm headlines to kick things off here. This is looking like an all-snow event for areas further inland. There will be mixing at the coast. Put a pause on that for a second. Some sticking issues initially, as we're going to have strong east winds as this storm really gets going. It is, by the book, a nor'easter. It's going to be an east-northeast wind, 30-40 mile per hour gusts, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But it's going to start to bring in some warmer ocean air. So 30 to about 35 as the storm gets going. The warmer those temperatures get at the surface, the snow may not stick on contact unless it is really heavy. I'm talking about a big thump, 2 to 3 inches per hour. I'm not 100% sold on us getting that. We might at times throughout this storm, but this is just going to be a fairly long duration event here. Now, the falling temperatures on Sunday means that the second half of the storm has an even better chance to stick than the first half. So speaking of those winds, we're also talking about heavy, wet snow. Those fall on the power lines, coat the power lines, then you get that wind that blows. That can increase the chances of some spotty power outages across the area. So the storm is getting going around 8, 9 o'clock tomorrow, Saturday evening, and you're going to start to see these wind gusts picking up. Not all that much at first, but then we're starting to see some 30s in here, a couple of 40s at the coastline, and also notice the mixing line, which really almost, if you took a pencil, drew an outline of the coast, it does a fairly good job replicating that. So again, I think this is going to be strictly, areas out towards the Cape and the islands that get mostly rain. There may be some accumulating snow that maybe doesn't just wind up being on the ground by the time the storm is done. I've covered a number of snowstorms where we have verified, paraphrasing here, but we've called for 2 to 4 inches. 4 inches fell on the ground, then got washed away. People woke up and said, hey, it didn't snow. What are you talking about? You verified. So, a lot of times this snow can actually fall, just does not stick. That is the big key here. But you start to see some of these darker blues further inland. Those are your heavy bands of snow. And that will overcome the sticking issues because the snow will fall at a rate where the snow melts slower than the rate of the snow falling. That's a big issue for plows as well sometimes, to not be able to keep up, not be able to plow the roads as fast as that snow is coming down. So we're going to watch for these heavy snow bands setting up. And it looks like from Boston down towards northern Rhode Island is a good bet that we see some of those heavy snow bands in those locations. The snow continues into Sunday here. We're going to start lightening up probably around mid-afternoon on Sunday, and then clearing out as we head towards the evening. The Cape may see a couple of lingering snow showers out there, and then we will quiet down for a few days before our next storm. More on that in a second. So some minor tweaks to our snow forecast. I still have Providence in our 3 to 6 inch range, North and West Providence County, as well as Western Kent County in the 6 to 8 range. Follow the 95 corridor up, 295 corridor around up to Boston in that 6 to 8 range, and then 8 to 12 as you head out west towards Massachusetts and northern Connecticut. Much different story here out towards the Cape and along the shoreline. About 1 to 3 slushy inches, and you get out far enough, you're probably going to see only rain, not really much at all. This is a snow ratio that is on the wetter side of things. It's a good packing snow, and for that reason, that may make the numbers, all said and done, an inch or two less because the snow will pack together a little bit more than that dry, fluffy snow that, really builds on top of each other a little bit nicer. But anyway, here's your 7-day again. So we've got sunny day tomorrow, cloudy day Saturday, storm on Sunday, snow inland mixing at the coast. Pattern here: Monday, sunshine; Tuesday, clouding up; Wednesday, storm, only this time it's a rainstorm, and it's going to be windy and mild as well, with highs in the low 50s. And couple that with the snow melt, we'll have to watch for those rising river levels and the potential for some flooding next week.